Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're exploring unbelievable coincidences that changed history. Globe show in Europe, Africa sparkles. You won't believe how random events or strange twists of fate have completely reshaped the course of history. From accidental discoveries to eerie connections, this list will leave you in awe. So, let's dive into these mind-blowing coincidences that had a lasting impact on our world. 1. The Lincoln-Kennedy coincidences. Let's start with two of the most iconic U.S. presidents, Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy. These two men, despite being separated by nearly a century, share some eerily similar fates. Lincoln was elected president in 1860, and Kennedy in 1960. Both were succeeded by vice presidents named Johnson, Andrew Johnson for Lincoln, Lyndon B. Johnson for Kennedy. Both presidents were shot in the back of the head on a Friday and were with their wives when it happened. And here's the kicker, Lincoln was shot in Ford's Theater, while Kennedy was shot in a Ford car. These coincidences are so uncanny, they've become a staple of historical lore. 2. The sinking of the Titanic and the novel Futility. Before the Titanic set sail in 1912, there was a novel called Futility by Morgan Robertson, published in 1898. It eerily predicted the sinking of a ship similar to the Titanic, right down to the details. The novel's ship, called the Titan, was described as an unsinkable luxury liner that hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sank. The Titanic, of course, was dubbed unsinkable, hit an iceberg, and sank in the exact same location, with far fewer lifeboats than needed. Futility also predicted the loss of 1,500 lives, just like the Titanic tragedy. This bizarre coincidence led many to wonder if Robertson had some kind of premonition. 3. The deaths of Mark Twain and Halley's Comet. Mark Twain, the legendary American author, made a chilling prediction about his death. In 1909, he famously said, "I came in with Halley's Comet, and I expect to go out with it." What happened? Twain was born in 1835, the same year Halley's Comet made its closest approach to Earth. Then, in 1910, Halley's Comet returned, and Twain died the very next day, exactly as he predicted. Talk about a cosmic coincidence. 4. Tsar Nicholas II and Rasputin's mysterious deaths. Another fascinating historical coincidence surrounds Tsar Nicholas II of Russia and his infamous confidant, Rasputin. Rasputin, despite numerous assassination attempts, miraculously survived poisoning, gunshots, and drowning. He was finally killed, but not before another strange coincidence. The same night, Tsar Nicholas II's family was assassinated by the Bolsheviks. Rasputin's final death was a dramatic and improbable event, almost like fate was playing a twisted game. Could Rasputin's resurrection have somehow been a precursor to the fate of Russia's royal family? 5. The Great Fire of London and the Great Plague. The Great Fire of London in 1666 has been linked to the Great Plague of London in 1665 in an eerie coincidence. The fire, which destroyed much of the city, is thought to have ended the plague that had been killing thousands of people. The plague, which had wiped out around 100,000 people, seemed to die out almost overnight when the fire destroyed the rat-infested slums and burned away the infected homes. The timing is uncanny. Just when the plague was at its peak, a massive fire broke out and killed the rats responsible for spreading the disease. Was this a random event, or was the fire's timing a bizarre twist of fate? 6. The birth of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and the story's real-life inspiration. Robert Louis Stevenson, the author of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, wrote the iconic novel based on his own personal experiences with a strange condition. But here's the twist. Stevenson reportedly had vivid dreams of the character transformations that inspired the novel's story. It was later discovered that Stevenson's real-life inspiration came from a man named Deacon Brodie, who was a respected figure by day and a criminal by night. Brodie's double life was so extreme that his story could have easily been the inspiration for Stevenson's own famous characters. This eerie connection between fiction and real life helped cement Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as a cultural milestone. 7. The miraculous survival of the USS Indianapolis crew. One of the most unbelievable and miraculous events in military history involves the USS Indianapolis. After delivering atomic bomb parts to Tinian Island in 1945, the ship was sunk by a Japanese submarine. More than 300 men died immediately, but around 900 sailors survived and were left stranded in the Pacific Ocean for days. The coincidence? The ship had just delivered the components for the atomic bomb that would later be dropped on Hiroshima, and the crew was stranded at sea in a desperate situation for an excruciating 4 days, with little food or water. The survivors were miraculously found just in time, but many of them didn't know their role in history had already been sealed. 8. The birth of the theory of relativity and the solar eclipse. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity was confirmed by a historic event that came just in time. In 1919, a solar eclipse allowed scientists to prove Einstein's theory, which stated that light bends in a gravitational field. The strange coincidence? The eclipse occurred on the same day that Einstein's theory was being tested, giving scientists the opportunity to confirm that light from distant stars was indeed bending around the sun. This moment in science was not only a testament to Einstein's genius but also to the perfect timing of cosmic events. So, there you have it. Some of the most unbelievable coincidences in history that have shaped the world we know today. Sometimes, it feels like the universe is playing a little game with us. Which coincidence do you think is the most jaw-dropping? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.